Hey everyone, it's John Taylor. I'm on my news desk and trading desk here this morning. What a day, a lot of news. Everyone's ready for Nvidia earnings. Today is November 18th, 2025. Got a lot of exciting news. Kind of look at, I go over geopolitics and then socioeconomics and kind of go over my trading plan for the day. Please check out the links below. Give it a like and a share, and let's get the word out. Please subscribe to my channel. Thanks. So we got a lot of things going on here. First, take a look at Wolf Street. Another sign that major rethink of the size of the Fed's balance sheet is gaining momentum. So a lot of news about kicking the can down the road, the 50-year mortgages and how that's all playing out. And also too, looking at construction spending on data centers. That's interesting too. They're saying there's a boom time and also bust. And then most splendid housing bubbles in America, price drop and gains, 33 large expensive metros. So prices fell, Las Vegas and Tampa, housing market here and also in South Florida is tanking. So take a look at that, but first let's look at the economic calendar. Soon, stock market's gonna open up here in about 15 minutes. But today we have import price index, industrial production, capacity utilization, factory orders. Of course, government's still opening up, so we got delayed reports, home builder confidence, and then a bit of some Fed speak in the afternoon. So not much on the calendar, but everything is here. Let's go over first on bar chart. Let's take a look at this. The headline is S&P futures slip on souring risk sentiment. So Home Depot, mixed quarter at Home Depot with less storm damage to homes and more anxious shoppers. You got Home Depot and Starbucks or Starbucks. They're trying to do a turnaround. AI doubts extend Wall Street sell-off and Home Depot profits fall short for the third time. So a lot of people the consumer's not spending. Fly Dubai orders 150 Airbus A321neo aircraft. So a lot of exciting news there. General Dynamics stock outlook is Wall Street bullish or bearish? This is being reported on bar chart. On Veralto stock, are Wall Street analysts bullish on CBOE global market stock? Wall Street target price for extra space storage stock. Cummins stock, is Wall Street bullish or bearish on Cummins? And Coinbase stock fans, mark your calendars for December 17th. So we got a lot of news. AI bubble as it burst. Remember .com? And, we're going to party like it's 1999, and then the .com bubble burst. So same thing, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway just took a position in Google. So Google's in artificial intelligence and everything. So I don't think that Berkshire Hathaway would be making an investment in artificial intelligence if they didn't think it was a bubble. So S&P minis off about 29 points. NASDAQ off 136 points. Dow future minis off 350 points. The VIX at 21.60. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice, informational purposes only. Make sure you read the risk disclosures there or whatever. 10-year at 112-310. Crude oil, not doing anything at 59.66. Nat gas, $4.31. Gold hanging in there at 4,069 to the ounce. Silver, trading at around $50 per ounce. So that's on, major futures market overview. And look at the stock market leaders. Ulma Pharmaceuticals up, a couple 100%. I guess news there. Nvidia, very active in pre-market. Tesla, very active, up 4 points. Microsoft, Mr. Softy. Meta Platforms, Facebook, Google. Google is doing great. I love Google, it's amazing. Applied Materials is active. Google Alphabet C is active. PDD Holdings active, and then Amazon. So Man. So this is what's being reported on Wall Street, the bar chart. Let's look at this souring report here on there. It says here, December S&P futures are off about 0.25%. Everyone's waiting. It's like there's a kind of hush all over the world tonight for Nvidia's earnings and pivotal U.S. job report too. So everyone's looking at jobs and how the artificial intelligence and disruption, and then also innovation, so the narrative is called upskilling. So even though I'm an old timer, soon to be in my 60s, I'm still upskilling and doing full-time research on the artificial intelligence, AI, and large language models, and then how I can earn a living working with AI. And, so you can see my books, but I'll put a book link in below. I just penned an ebook on Agentic's AI. So I'm an old computer nerd. Yesterday's trading, Wall Street's main stock index is closed lower. Dell Computer plunged 8%. Morgan Stanley downgraded the stock. Dell. Most chip stocks slumped. Qualcomm sliding 4%. Marvel falling 3%. Hewlett-Packard, Morgan Stanley downgraded. Bullish side, Alphabet rose 3%. Berkshire Hathaway disclosed a $4.9 billion stake in Google's parent. So Empire State Manufacturing unexpected rose. Fed Vice Chair Jefferson Monday risk of labor market. So a lot of news with job reports, and that. So we're looking at that. And then I look at the news, on CNN and then also on Fox News. So I try to remain balanced politically. So that, again, now this is on Yahoo Finance. U.S. stock futures fall as market braces for the Nvidia test. SoftBank and Peter Thiel's fund, I believe, sold their position or most of their position in Nvidia. So I'm contemplating, not financial advice, but I'm contemplating doing a market on close or MOC trade, buying an out of the money call and out of the money put right at the close tomorrow on Nvidia to see if we can get some price action on some options with it. Bitcoin slide signals a risk off mode as worries persist about the AI boom that has powered the stock rally. Bitcoin was trading while it's just under 90,000, down from 125,000. So there's definitely, it's the washout before the breakout, or is Bitcoin going to, is it going to retrace? So, man, a lot of people were margin trading on the Bitcoin and have been wiped out. I own Bitcoin. So, and I continue to DCA it every 2 weeks. Nvidia looks set for a 320 billion swing after earnings. So I want to see if I can get some of that on an option trade. So the Home Depot stock slides. HD company flags consumer strain. So consumers, there wasn't a lot of hurricane damage this year, obviously here in the States. And the consumer's not spending so much because of innovation and artificial intelligence and displacement with employment and what have you. It says Trump ramps up his bid to soothe fears about rising prices. So the president's trying to fight inflation. So this is what I'm doing to fight inflation here. I own thousands of these. These are silver bullion coins that I minted myself, and now I'm starting to sell on eBay. And the problem is, now what do I do with those hyperinflated dollars? They got to go somewhere. So I'm looking at MicroStrategy stock, trading less than par value. So with that, I might be start to look at making acquisition of some shares in strategy. So not financial advice. Plus, I got my new Bentley hat. You can check it out from Hallman Motors there in Fort Lauderdale. So stocks face a sell signal as cash holdings decline. Bitcoin drops below 90,000 for the first time in 7 months. Intuit jumps on a $100 million deal with OpenAI. Intuit, INTU. Man. Microsoft, Amazon downgraded as Redburn breaks ranks with peers. Amazon's 𝐂𝐏𝐘𝐑 to begin SF robotaxi service and challenge to Google and Tesla. Americans workers turn to Uber and DoorDash to fill their income gap. Brazil central bank shuts Banco Master as police. Okay, so there's news in Brazil. Oil steadies with supply surplus from Russia, sanctions in focus. ChatGPT and X, or Twitter, hit by outage as online security group Cloudflare has another challenge there. Klarna strikes $6.5 billion loan deal with Elliott funds to boost U.S. push. AkzoNobel to acquire a Dutch-U.S. paint combo. So I'd go over the news every day. This is my routine, before the market opens up here, and take a look at how am I going to position myself. Bosch struggling with production snags. AI accounting startups Maxima raises $41 million in Kleiner Perkins background. A lot of stories. Stock futures dip, Bitcoin slides. Home Depot earnings. So the Home Depot and Coinbase, Klarna, Lockheed Martin, trending stocks. Coinbase stock shares are off. Stock market's going to open here in about 3 minutes. Why September jobs report is worth paying attention to. So everyone's concerned about jobs and automation and AI and how that's going to affect people's employment. So that's what I have for today. Now I kind of look, as the stock market's going to open up here, let's see how I can position myself. Coinbase stock is pre-market is tanking. So let's see. Looking at MicroStrategy. See what we got there. At pre-market, let's see. Stocks are kind of catching a bit of a bid now at the open. So let's see what's going on here. All right, so that looking at the fund shares, let's see Riot Platforms. We'll take a look at it. It's one of my biggest holdings in my synthetic Bitcoin mining rig. It's off about 2% in pre-market. Iron Limited. See, it's the big washout before the breakout. So looking at Bitcoin, Iron Limited, stocks off a bit. Coinbase, let's see what's going on with Coinbase this morning in pre-market. It was off pre-market about 3%. So again, stock market's fixing to open up here. Give the video a like and a share. Please subscribe to my channel. My channel is getting a lot of traction. Time for a coffee break. Oh, it's great. Market's going to open up here. Let's see what we have. Strategy. MSTR. So I kind of do my research for myself dynamically here on my trading desk. I like MOC, market on close or market on open. Strategy's catching a bid this morning. The MicroStrategy stock up from 187.67. It's now up to 196. So let's look at how bar chart has strategy. I don't use the technical analysis, but I will open up a position in a new stock share, typically when it has a 100% downtrend, when everyone else is selling. So let's see. MicroStrategy is, let's look at its technical. It's an 88% sell, same as yesterday. So I like to see it, go to 100% strong sell and then have a 100% capitulation. Famed Bitcoin enthusiast Michael Saylor has long touted the world's largest cryptocurrency as the best investment of our era. His leadership of strategy, MicroStrategy, has resulted in a market shift from company's previous core focus, the software industry, to becoming a fully entrenched Bitcoin treasury company. This move has led to a massive surge in the company's share price in recent years. However, the one thing investors, this is about strategy, will also note about the move we've seen in MicroStrategy in recent years is that lately the stock has been moving the wrong way. And it's trading at less than, like trading at book value. And so, that's where I'm looking at. And then it's peer group too. So related stocks, American Express, a lot of Coinbase, these shares in the last 3 months. Strategy's off about 50% or so. So I like the 50% dip shares. So I'm looking at that. And then let's look at, let's see what we can do here this morning. So that's on the geopolitics. Everyone's waiting for Nvidia. So Nvidia earnings, let's see how Nvidia is trading this morning. I expect the stock to be very volatile at the open. Nvidia shares, I own shares in fair disclosure on most of these companies that I discussed. Nvidia stock is off this morning at the open about 1.5%. So at about $184 a share for Nvidia. Nvidia engages in the design and manufacture of computer graphics processors, chipsets, and related multimedia software. It operates through the following segments: GPUs and computer and networking. So, a lot of people are investing in GPUs and the artificial intelligence and the blockchain and large language models. So here we go. The stock market opens. Bitcoin's catching a bid this morning at 192. So I DCA'd some Bitcoin yesterday at 92,880, and it's at now 92,124, up about 2.5%. So we'll see. The stock markets always have a dip like this, the washout, the breakdown in price, and then it goes back up again. So we shall see the same behavior is transpiring with the Bitcoin. So check out my book too. I'll put a link in there for my synthetic Bitcoin mining rig. You can read that for free on Amazon Kindle. And I also penned an ebook recently on Agentic, which is a new type of artificial intelligence and large language models. So that's what I have for today, everyone. Stocks are looking good. Let's see if we get a sell-off. And we got economic news, Home Depot, Starbucks, Amazon, Microsoft, incredible companies. Everyone's waiting again. Nvidia, computer chips, MicroStrategy, the blockchain, Ethereum, ETH. I own Bitcoin. I own some Solana also too. Ethereum again, XRP, Ripple, precious metals. So these are all the things, and every day is great. And I say this every day to myself. I give thanks for my abundant supply now manifested. So I got my new Bentley hat. Check this out. Bentley. So they're trying to sell me a new Bentley because I've done so well in all of my quantum computing stocks. Here, look at this QTUM, Quantum Defiance Fund. Man, these stocks in their Tower Semiconductors, Rigetti Computer, Micron Technology, Advanced Micro Devices, Teradyne, Intel, Coherent, MongoDB, Lam Research, and IonOQ. These companies are all involved in the quantum computing space, which is incredible. Rigetti Computer's up pumping this morning. Rigetti Computer based in Berkeley, California. Stock symbols RGTI. Micron Technologies, I own shares in it. Micron at 200 early this morning at 242 per share. Advanced Micro Devices. Nvidia, the people who started Nvidia, I believe they originally had worked with advanced micro devices. So there's been some play there. Teradyne looking good. Trading this morning early at $168 a share. So the whole market waits for Nvidia. Intel stock at $34. I thought it was a good purchase, oversold at $20 a few months ago. Intel, Coherent. Let's look at Coherent. Coherent, $137 a share. They're based in Saxonburg, Pennsylvania. MongoDB, big action on MongoDB yesterday. Stock's it's off pretty big in the last week, but that's where I'm looking. I'm looking at the quantum computing stocks along with the Bitcoin Lam Research. $147, flat to the share as far as price. And 𝐂𝐏𝐿 is trading up, nice pumping this morning, up about 3%. They're based in College Park, Maryland, probably not that far from MicroStrategy, right? So that's what I have for today. Market's looking good. Bitcoin's pumping above 92,000. BKCH is pumping. The blockchain, Ethereum's up about 3%. So we get the dippy dip, and then the washout, the breakdown, and then it breaks down like this, dips, and then it goes back up again. So, all these big companies, BlackRock and everything, they're buying all the real estate, so that's what we have. I'm looking at buying some more. I'll DCA today. I'm going to dollar cost average some more BKCH, some more Block. I'll DCA some more Bitcoin, some more Ethereum, ETHE, the ETF, and then SPY ETF. So that's what I have on deck today. And so we'll see. We'll see what we get. Again, it's Nvidia and employment. It's a fight between people maintaining traditional employment versus the blockchain and quantum computing and artificial intelligence. Who's going to win, human beings or computers? So we will see this economic data soon enough. And with that, it's John Taylor on his trading desk. Having a great day, everyone. Remember, you're important, and I have it now. I give thanks for my abundant supply that's now manifested. Thanks, and have a super wonderful day.